to everyone, wherever you are. It's been such a while since we've seen one another.
We hope you're all doing well, even though we know it can be a little challenging in these uncertain times.
That's right. And we know and we realize how important it is to keep our eyes on Jesus. Isn't that right, Laurent?
Yes, Jen, for sure. I think it's so important that we keep our hope and faith anchored in Jesus.
Yes. We're here today to tell you a bit more about the way forward for us as a church. And at the end, we have a surprise for you. Len Waller, one of our elders who you all know, is going to share an encouraging message with us. But for now, I want to ask Laurent, were we not meant to start our Sunday celebrations this week?
Yes, so that was the plan. But now that lockdown level 3 has continued, we won't be able to do so, and we'll only start once it's safe to do so.
So I know that's disappointing. We were all looking forward to coming and seeing one another, meeting together, worshiping together. But unfortunately, it's not safe to do that yet. So the other part is that our community groups also can't meet in person. Does that, however, mean, Laurent, that our groups are now closed?
No, not exactly. So our community groups can't meet in person, but we are continuing to care for, encourage and support one another. And we're doing so via digital messaging platforms like WhatsApp groups, SMSs, phone calls or even Zoom meetings.
So, if you would like to join in with one of these groups, there are people waiting to hear from you. And we're putting their contact details up on the screen at the end of this video. So I encourage you to do that. We really do need to stay connected. And something else that's vital at this time is to stay in the Word. Now, Laurent, won't you tell us what's the plan with that? How are we going to stay in the Word together?
So from last year, we started on a journey through the book of Acts, and it's been so revitalizing to our walk with Jesus. So from this week coming, we'll be continuing in that chapter from chapter 17.
So we'll be sending out weekly devotions and other resources, even some goodies for your children and young people to just stay in the Word together and continue to learn together. So please engage, look out for our messages, look at our website and find all the resources available.
So every Sunday we'll be sending you a teaching on the chapter with a short video to encourage your growth in the Word and your relationship with Jesus. Please use these resources to discuss with your family. However, if you do live alone, we do encourage you to communicate with people online over social media.
In these times, we need each other more than ever. Please don't isolate yourself. Make a decision to move forward in 2021, even though it has its challenges. We can flourish if we stay rooted, stay in touch, and stay on mission. Now we're going to listen to Len and hear his encouragement to us. And please don't forget those numbers at the end of the video. It'll be on the screen. You can phone someone, connect with a group. If you need pastoral assistance, we'll be here to help you. So stay well, stay blessed, and we love you.
I really believe that the Lord wants to encourage us at this time of the pandemic. You know, we're going nearly a year now. It's coming up for a year in like 6 weeks' time, somewhere around there. And we've all been shaken, we've all been tested, we've all been stretched in our personal lives, in our families, in our workplaces. The church itself is just not the same as it used to be. We've really been tested in this new normal. In all of this, I just sense that there's some of us who are actually perhaps even floundering because we've got the extra different pressures of life that we're facing, perhaps hardship at work, perhaps even the loss of a loved one, perhaps the pressure of a home and everybody at home all the time and nowhere to go, whatever those pressures bring. And then on top of that, the church is not normal. And so if I used to get my encouragement from being with the people on a Sunday and worshiping corporately and receiving the word easily on the plate, and now that's gone away and a year's coming up and it's not changing, then I really sense that some of us could be really battling and floundering with that situation. And I feel that the Lord wants to encourage us to stay in touch, to stay rooted, and to stay connected. So I'd like to start off in Psalm 1. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the company of mockers. but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. This person is like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. And I'd like us to get that picture, and that is what the Lord wants of us at this time. He wants us to be like that stream, like that tree planted by the streams of water, flourishing, bearing fruit, even in this hard time. We are to be productive. We are to be active. We are to stay on mission. And how we do that is by staying in his word, by staying rooted in him, staying in prayer, staying in the word, staying in fellowship. Luke 12 and the verse 35. Be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning. Can I just say that again? Be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning. This is a parable that Jesus is relating. Be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning. Is that not what we're talking about? Staying connected, staying rooted, staying on mission, being ready no matter what the season. I think we need to settle in our hearts that whether we never meet again as a congregation, the Lord will not change. His word does not change. That each one of us must settle that and stay connected, stay rooted, and stay on mission, no matter what. So be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet. Waiting for their master to return. We are kind of waiting for the normal to come. And it seems like it's not coming. These servants were waiting in the parable, waiting for their master to come, so that when he comes back and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching when he comes. Truly I tell you, he will dress himself to serve, will have them recline at the table, and will come and wait on them. That is absolutely unbelievable. I actually want to leave that verse 37 out, because it's unbelievable that the master should come and wait on the servants. But remember Peter, when he said, no, Jesus, you can't wash my feet. Jesus said, if I don't wash your feet, you'll have no part of me. And guess what? He washed Peter's feet. So I don't understand, but this is how an amazing God, how great he is. The Lord of creation, who would come and wash our feet, wash his disciples' feet, and serve them at the table. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready. They were ready, even if he comes in the middle of the night or towards daybreak. And further down, Jesus continues in a similar vein. He says, who then is the faithful and wise manager, whom the master put in charge of his servants to give them their food allowance at the proper time? It will be good for that servant who the master finds doing so when he returns. Truly I tell you, he will put him in charge of all his possessions. But suppose the servant says to himself, my master is taking a long time in coming. And he then begins to beat the other servants, both men and women, and to eat and to drink and to get drunk. So maybe some of us are even asking the question, how relevant is the church? Do I need to stay in faith? What is all of this about? Maybe you're asking some really cool questions. Like this servant who said, my master is taking a long time coming. And in these uncertain times and in these stressful times, some of us are being really shaken to the core. And the Lord is encouraging you to turn back and to come closer, to stay connected, to stay in touch, to stay rooted, and to stay on mission. In Luke chapter 18 and verse 6, Jesus says, listen to what the unjust judge says. You will remember the story of the persistent widow and the unjust judge, where she wanted justice, and eventually, because of her persistence, he thought, let me to give her what she is asking for, so that I can get her off my case. And she got her justice. So Jesus said, listen to what he said. And will God not bring about justice for his chosen ones who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will see that they get justice, and quickly. However, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? The Passion Translations uses the word faithfulness. The Amplified version speaks about, will he find this type of persistent faith like the widow had? And so in these times, we need to stay full of faith. We need to stay faithful. Faith is the evidence of things hoped for. It is the substance of things unseen. The dictionary talks about faith as simply being a belief or a strong conviction about something. Faithfulness, if I try and put it all together in my mind, faithfulness is the outworking of that faith. It is like faith without works is dead. So it's putting some action and putting letting my lifestyle align with the faith that I supposedly have. And so that is what Jesus is looking for. Among other things, of course, it's not the only thing. But he's looking for us to be faithful. He's looking to us to be full of faith. And he's encouraging us at this time, each one of us, to really, really, really come close to him, come close to each other, and to remember the mission that he's got for the church. We all received an email last week from the elders. In it shows the way forward. It shows us how the community groups are going to happen on digital platforms, probably because of we can't meet. And it gives names of people who we can connect. If we're not connected to a community group, how to do it. It gives names of support team for those of us who need any sort of prayer help or pastoral help. And so, if anybody is battling with in this time and they need assistance, first of all, link up to a community group. They will assist you. They will care for you. Further than that, there's a team of pastors and shepherds, elders, who are there for each one of us. And so, be encouraged. Let's stay on mission. The Lord still loves us. He hasn't gone anywhere. And he will bring us through if we stay in faith. Bless you.